Hello and welcome to FootPrints. I am Samuel Atamensa. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be zeroing in on the man of the moment. Stay tuned.
Magnus RexDanquah is a sports business consultant and events architect whose passion for events was developed from Mfantsipim School as a hobby. He is an active member of Mfantsipim Old Boys Association and hails from 2nd D Takrady. He has worked as a chief operating officer for the 2008 Africa Cup of Nations, worked with GBC, and manages Rex Consults Limited. He tells the rest of his story now.
Welcome back. We know who we are dealing with today, and this Magnus RexDanquah. Now I see three names: Magnus, Rex, and Danquah. Sometimes I get confused whether the RexDanquah is his name or is his surname, or Sir, good to be with you.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Oh, fine.
You look well.
Yeah.
You look well.
Considering.
Considering many things.
Yeah, considering many things.
Because this man you see, as humble as he is, has had his hands in so many things in this country. But they are the people who don't shout it out. But we have tracked him to tell the full story of Magnus RexDanquah. Which is the surname?
Actually, the first surname was Danquah.
Okay, so it was RexDanquah.
Yeah, RexDanquah.
Which is the name that everybody knew in Ghana.
Yeah. So at that time,
that's what you're using on TV.
Yeah,
right?
at that time, yeah, RexDanquah. After giving birth and having 4 sons who are fascinated by their father, everybody took RexDanquah.
So all your sons are
also RexDanquah.
Yeah, there's one
and their grandsons.
There's one who's a banker, right?
Yeah.
Because now I get confused. It's also RexDanquah. So
yes,
I was wondering whether it's the old man that has metamorphosed it.
No, because they are fascinated by who the father is and all.
All right.
So on my 60th birthday, I changed everything and turned RexDanquah as a surname.
Oh, so now the RexDanquah is your surname. Is it hyphenated?
Not.
Oh.
It's a funny style. I wanted it to look unique. It's a cap RES cap DANQUH, otherwise all caps. So R and D are caps. The rest are
lowercase.
Yeah, lowercase.
So it's Magnus first name, surname RexDanquah, and it's not hyphenated.
It's not hyphenated.
Okay.
And because now we have a number of Magnus RexDanquah, so everybody uses a second name.
Okay.
So my second name is Nabi.
Nabi.
Yeah, it's Nanabinya, but cut it short, Nabi.
No, because you have always been stylish.
Precisely.
Yeah, Nabi, man.
The sound-wise, it's a fancy name.
Nanabinya.
Yeah, Nanabinya is a fancy
course,
name.
Of course,
from Anmabo. And then the Nabi also is a name by itself.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So now it's Nabi.
Yeah, Nabi. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So tell us, you've been known in the event space, post your GBC hosting days, Rex Image Consulting or something. I remember back in the day. How did you get into this event space?
I think events was something that I was doing as a hobby at Mfantsipim.
Which year are we talking about?
67 to 74. 7 years, yeah. I couldn't play football. I had a problem with the heart. If I ran too much, I can't then go on. Yeah. So I became a team manager. And then from team manager, there were all kinds of things that we were organizing at Mfantsipim. I guess they are the things that became my profession later.
Yeah, the passion.
Because, the passion and all, because school tech was land economy.
Oh, but tell us, life in Mfantsipim. Some of the things you remember in Mfantsipim.
I've written quite a bit about Mfantsipim. In fact, I've even written a book, The Mfantsipim Dream. the philosophy of Mfantsipim, and then if you go to Mfantsipim, what you are supposed to become.
Right.
The things you have to stand for, looking at the founding fathers, and then most of the students who have passed through the school. But Form 1 was nice. Those days, everything was free.
67.
Yeah, 67. Everything was free. The dormitory picket packer was just at the gate.
To
The
left,
main one cross.
where you enter
When you enter right, the first
right,
right. The main one is Bamakwa.
Okay.
Then right is picket packer, left is Locust Riser, then Sabapiko. But that was where I really learned about life. Especially before, no, Form 1 first term, my father died.
Oh, okay.
That was the time there was no radio, was that type.
Yeah. There was a
National news, national news throughout, bit for local news and things. So when I went back, everybody knew your father.
Went back where?
Went back. When I came, he died. So I left school.
And went back to where?
To the house.
Where?
That is secondary.
Oh, secondary. So you're a secondary boy?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come to secondary.
Secondary boy. Boundary Road or Canary.
Boundary Road. Okay, but that's where the
action is. Behind Kingsway. And then Tropicana.
Yeah.
Where the dance and things are.
Yeah.
So that's.
So Tropicana is where
FootPrints.
the CK Mans and those people used to
Ambule
used to perform.
Yeah.
No. It's such.
And they are all friends. So in later life, I did a show at Orion at that time.
Yeah, Orion. Yeah, Circle.
The Best from the West, featuring CK Man, Ambule,
Papa Youngson,
and all of them.
Yeah, I kind of have an idea where this was in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Was it in the 90s?
No. Yeah, in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, in the 90s.
I have an idea.
Because they wanted to push the music. But at Mfantsipim, I learned all kinds of things. And especially when you lost a father, who was also an old boy.
So children also went to Mfantsipim?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Wow.
The last boy said he wouldn't, but I understood it. Because I named him after somebody who became a brother. And he went to not Achimota, Akosombo. Akosombo International.
Yeah.
So as one Mfantsipim said, call, then I get admission. So I didn't worry myself about what school he was going to attend. Then he comes home and tells me he wants to go to Akosombo.
Yeah.
And I kept quiet.
He must be younger.
Yeah, younger, the last boy. But I kept quiet because the person I named him after went to Akosombo.
Oh, okay.
And he couldn't have known. So once he said that he wanted to go to Akosombo, I just kept quiet. That, no, he's following something. Just let him go.
Yeah.
He went to the dormitory of the same guy and the bed of the same guy. So
wow.
I just left
spiritual.
it. Yeah,
highly spiritual.
So I left it. But in Mfantsipim was a learning grounds and where you made most of the friends.
Who are some of the friends in public life that we know that?
Bokwe Green, PURC, the chairman of the PURC now.
Okay.
Kwekwi Amwa is a pilot, retired from Ghana Airways, then went to Ethiopian Airlines and left. He's now with aviation. And there were quite a number of them, Bank of Ghana. But
politics?
Politics, one. He went to GBC as a Director General. And
you forgot his name?
Who haven't? I have it.
Because he's watching you. He's watching.
Yeah, it's Ampim Dako.
Oh, it's Ampim Dako.
Yeah.
Tough man, oh.
Very. The funny part is the double decker. He sleeps down and I sleep
on top. Wow. So, I didn't know he's an Mfantsipim boy.
Yeah, he is.
So you left Mfantsipim 1974.
74, 64.
When you entered, it was after the 66 school.
Yeah, after 66.
Yeah, so 67.
66 school, I was in Axim.
Wow, what were you doing there?
My father was a bank manager. The manager that goes to open branches stabilizes it and moves
then
on to
moves.
another branch
Okay.
for somebody else to come and take
So
over.
you're following him?
Following him. But I went, because for my age, I went in just about that time and went to Mfantsipim.
Oh, right.
So just a brief period. Then he also died from one first term.
Okay. So you have fond memories of Mfantsipim and
Very.
all these, some of the athletes of your time. Remember them? Or for somebody who was around the sporting fraternity.
Especially when I couldn't run. I was more a manager. It's the name that is a bit missing. But then, at least at this school, Mfantsipim and all that, they were most exciting. And I guess my interest in sports was more from Mfantsipim. In fact, my interest in sports, entertainment, music were all from Mfantsipim.
Wow. So that's a rounded experience in Mfantsipim. Is it still the same?
It's changed. We are trying to influence it, but it's changed. It's changed not dramatically.
Yeah.
But it takes a bit of time.
Is it a free SHS?
Yeah.
Really?
It's across. You can't hide.
It's changed the culture? Actually, it's changed the culture.
No, it doesn't change the culture. But there was something when we were there.
Yeah.
A senior will always be a senior.
Oh, okay. Now that's coming from Ghana Education Service.
Yeah, but now it's
they've
not,
messed the whole
yeah,
thing
they messed the whole
that's
thing
Ghana
up.
Education Service. You people, you support that thing.
Because we eat from the ends.
Yeah.
The seniors take first.
Yeah.
Till it gets to Form 1.
Okay.
Okay. And this culture now is changed because even to distribute the food and things, it's a whole different ball.
All right. So then you moved on to KNUST or UST at the time.
Yeah, KNUST. That was the days that you could get 2 rooms.
To yourself. So
Unity
which hall?
Hall.
You look
Unity
like.
Hall.
Oh, you're in Unity. Wow. I see.
1 room in Block A, 1 room in Block B.
I was going to say that you look like a Republic Hall person. Because you're a gentleman.
Oh, Unity.
Unity, as for me, when I was there, Unity was some way.
It was, even at that time. And then there were quite a number of us from Mfantsipim. Mates.
Because Unity, somehow, everybody was older than the average student. And then, the girls that used to come and visit them, they always wore yellow shoes and white shoes. Yellow shoes and white. The people would be giving them fans.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience in
It
Unity
was,
Hall.
yeah, it was. Then I stayed over to do a master's.
Hey, then you spent time in tech.
Yeah, the first one to do land economy masters.
Oh.
But then I ran away. When I started, the head of department I knew, and he would always give me his speaking engagements to write the documentation. And after I finished, he would tell me about, you wrote it. Add your name and go and speak. So even that early, I was speaking on his behalf at various fora and things. So when I wanted to do the master's,
in the late 70s.
yeah, that is 78, 79.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, June 4th, yeah. So I thought he wanted me to be a lecturer. But I was there when Olin Spoby came, visited. You remember Olin Spoby at the Southern headmaster?
I know the name.
Yeah, Olin Spoby. He was then the head of National Sports Council.
Oh, okay.
And then they were having problems with the past sportsmen and women who they employ, and they were not delivering. So he had actually gone around Legon and Kivas to look for people who have interest in sports to employ. So he came
for the younger ones, Kivas is UCC.
Yeah,
I mentioned Kivas and they say who?
UCC and Kivas. Yeah. So he's gone to Cape Coast University, then Legon. Then he came to Tech, and I've gone around almost every department. And nobody could understand the sports that he was talking about and trying to poach people. So he got to land economy and met Professor Akwe and 2 other lecturers. And then he was talking about what he needed. And then nobody could understand what he was saying. Then the professor said, oh, there's this young guy here, he does everything here. He'll have an idea. So let's call him. Then he called me. And then started talking, and I gave him something on sports business and how it should be run and all that. Then young as I was, he gave me an appointment letter there and there. Money I've never seen some before. I left my master's there. That was the end.
Somebody should continue.
That's
Who
how I
was the
got.
vice chancellor at the time? 79. Remember?
Osakwe.
You don't. Okay. All right. That's all right.
It will come, but I was more of land economy and estate management, and that was it. So that's how I actually came into sports by default.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
it's been
So
sports.
tell me, so when you took that job, was it with the sports ministry or
Sports council.
Straight up,
Yeah, straight.
land economist. You didn't practice the land economy.
Not at all. But then it leads to the stadia, and then stadium management and all, because
right,
also
of
property.
course. Property, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay, that's a good link.
But I saw beyond that. I saw how to make money from sports, even at that age. And then
How old were you
ticketing.
then? Under 25.
79, yeah, 55, 79, 80. So
24 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And you're taking money.
I didn't even know what to do with it. No, because I was that young.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it's not so much about the money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bit about my
fulfillment.
life. Yeah, it's fulfillment.
Fulfillment, yeah, I can imagine.
Because I'll sit down and create things and work them out, and that for me is more
Okay, so
fulfilling
that
than the
time
money.
when you joined, can you describe what the sporting community looked like in Ghana?
They were lost in a way. In fact, I'm working on a paper before you came. It's a lecture given by Professor Mills, the first of Hinjan lectures. I worked on that, and then I invited him as a. And if you sit down and watch sports, even now, in as much as it should create money, they are not doing it well. So it's not creating the money. And that was one thing I was able to do with CAN 2008. Because everything was merchandising for me. It was money. I didn't need to do them myself. I only sell the rights out, but protect you.
Tell me, so what I want to know is I want a description of what it looked like so we can compare to where we find ourselves. So was watching the Olympic Games and I could count up to 32 different disciplines that people were competing for. And I'm looking at Ghana and sports. We look like the direction is not so clear. What we want to do for sports.
It's the people in charge of management. I always tell people, when you hold back, you never make money. If you let go and let other people make money, then you make more money. Because they are all rights. You don't necessarily have to sell, but you give the rights to somebody and you don't have to worry how much the person makes. Because in the long
you
run,
had this idea in before 1980,
yeah,
but it means you are ahead of your time, because even in the Western world, real commercialization, the way you talk about it, came much later.
no, it's the way you see it, because it's the passion, and then it's the passion you turn it to money. If I can't be everywhere to sell, but I can protect.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first person I sold the merchandising rights to. I was in Tamale and I was told that somebody was selling CAN 2008. And I said, no, I haven't given the rights out. So I flew into Kumasi, and before getting there, I called Otunfo that I was coming to pay him a visit. So I went and I said, oh, no, actually, I wasn't coming to visit you. I want to go to town and do something that will create noise. So I want your permission that I'll go to town and you won't say anything. Then he said, oh, why not? Then I said, I need 2 pickups of policemen. Then he gave me. So I went straight to his shop, seized everything, because he was using the images of 2008. And I arrested him. And then took him to the police station. They locked him up and things before I flew to Accra. After that, he came and he bought the rights at a figure that was millions of dollars, because I was dealing with dollars, and he paid. And so I protected him. I mean, I could arrest people. I remember some big shop in Accra, a Lebanese shop. I went, I raided there, and then, as usual, they called the Greater Accra police commander. And he called me, virtually threatening me. He didn't even know who was threatening me. You can't do anything. I said, are you sure? And even if you go to court, it's us policemen. And we won't go to court. We'll go to court after the games or the tournament.
That's what he told you?
That's what he told me. Then I said, you should.
Remember his name?
You haven't even reached there. You listen to the rest of the story. I said, you stay on the line. Then I called.
So we should wait small, right?
Wait small.
Okay, people, let me take a break. So let's wait small. We'll come back. This is Footprint with Magnus RexDanquah. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Footprint. I'm Samuel Atamensa and I'm with RexDanquah. So we're talking about somebody trying to, misbehave with the rights for CAN 2008. Yes.
Yeah. So the police guy was virtually threatening me. Then he said, oh, even if you have to go to court, we'll go to court to prosecute. And we'll go after the tournament.
Wow.
Then I was not sure. I said, I should wait on the line. Then I called Joe Gatti, Attorney General.
At the time, yeah.
And I said, Senior, there's this policeman on the line. He says, I can't go to court tomorrow morning. So no, we'll just send him before 9 o'clock. Then I said, have you heard? You have no idea what is coming. Then the man washed his hands. He rather went to a friend of mine to come and beg. And I charged him and he paid before I let the case go.
Wow. So basically, you are looking at the way sports is organized.
Yeah.
And we still haven't reached there. Do you blame the structure of the sports authority or sports council, sports authority, or the way sports in general has been organized? I'm talking about sports management has been organized.
So many things, because I've worked with almost every minister from Zayobu. Remember Zayobu?
Yes, Zayobu PNDC.
Yeah, Zayobu PNDC. Zaromensa.
Yeah,
Amakai, all of them. I've virtually worked with every minister.
Whoa.
Outside. And each time, when you say something that they should give rights out, they want to hold it. I think they think that there's power in holding things than giving it out and charging people.
Well, they are not businessmen, so you can understand.
Yeah, that is the problem. Because I don't see why I have to stay in the office and work and I have to be chasing people. No. Sell the rights, take the money, and protect you.
Yeah.
And that is what we are getting
But
it
we
wrong.
are still not doing it.
Because we are getting it wrong.
Hey, for how long are we going to get this wrong?
No, the people who head the institutions, they are satisfied with small monies.
Yes.
And that
because
is a mentality.
They will take their salary whether they make money or not. So if they don't take their salary, they will go on the street and say they will call it organized labor. Wow.
Because you could easily sell the rights of the league to a commercial person. It doesn't change who plays who, or when, or what time, no. But he would sell, now virtually every match is empty stadium.
Wow.
It's a mentality, and it's the same with events. I always prefer I stick to the concept you have and the event that you're organizing and sell every right. And I'll make more money that way than to try to sell things, no.
So how long were you with the Sports Council?
I left in 80. It was just a short time, 2 years or something. I was in Accra, and then I saw an advert in the papers, food distribution, looking for a state manager. And I thought for the first time in my life...
Food distribution,
Crunchy. For the first time in my life, I want to practice what I learned at the university. So I applied. But I applied just like you want to try it and see. And I forgot about it. So one time I was in the VIP, and Kweku Bramlabi, a lawyer, said, but we've given you an appointment letter. You don't come and collect. I said, I haven't gone to any interview. So no, when we saw you, at that time I was hosting the Sports Digest on GBC TV. Yeah. When we saw you, we just gave you the appointment. So I went there. Then I saw that, again, the same problem or mentality. They are interested in what they call diff. The diff is the difference. So nobody handles any product. You just sell the difference. You calculate the difference and pay you. Then you also go the difference and pay the next person. So it's the ultimate person who go out to sell in the market who actually sees the product. So I went at the food distribution, and everybody's attention was that. So before 6 months, I wrote a letter I was resigning. Then they called me to a board meeting that nobody resigns before 6 months. I said, no. Everything I learned at the university, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm wasting my time. At that time, I also started a newspaper, sports paper, and then events paper, sort of. Then they said, okay, we'll strike a bargain with you. Stay there for the rest of the year, because after 1 year, you can resign. And then you can stay home, we'll pay. And I was doing my newspaper at Ghanaian Times. Apparently, when the MD is going home around midnight, he sees my car at Ghanaian Times. So one day I was there, he came, he wanted to see what I do there, that every midnight. He said, oh, now he understands. Because I was doing the paper and it was a passion. Even that one, I had problems with the media.
And what's the name of the paper you're doing?
It's a Sports Coin. Then...
Sports Coin.
Sports Coin.
Which, in the 80s?
In the 80s.
Okay.
Sports Coin.
I mean, of course, we didn't have newspapers to read, so everybody, the sports papers and the lotto papers were very popular.
Yeah. Then I started the events paper.
Which one was that?
It's here.
That's all right.
No.
You know, because you see, this is a period where,
certificate is
because of the so-called revolutionary days, you know, you couldn't do an open political paper. So you had, remember, Joyride.
Yeah, Joyride, press line of paper.
Yes, you had the Joyride, you had
then all the Lotto papers.
Aquile the Bay Servants.
And that's also Pra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was running the series.
Then the Super Muguyaro, the Muguyaro one.
That's also him.
Oh, then the man took the whole country to another level.
He actually had control over the industry.
Because you couldn't live another week without seeing the new episode of Joyride. Because you see Aquile the May Servant, Charlie, bad boys, you are watching.
I think one is opinion. Because press awards, we won a number of awards for layout.
Wow, okay.
Because the beauty of what I do is take my time to lay the paper out. All right. And then, but that was one phase of my life that I have no regrets, even though I had problems. And the problems were more with, I take people's fights. If I scan the paper and I see somebody is attacking somebody, the person being attacked is right, but he can't fight the person who's attacking him, then I take the fight. So I do a story to invite the fight onto myself. Then if you make a mistake of insulting me, then I take your life, write the story, and send it to you. Send it to you, the story, to the person of attacking. That this is
before
what is coming in the next edition.
And then they panic.
And then stop the story, and they stop attacking the person.
But when they stop the story, they don't say anything. They don't say thank you.
They apologize to the person.
But they have to say thank you proper. Because these days, the people, that's what they do.
No, I prefer
They'll
fighting.
call you and tell you that there's a story coming and say, oh yeah, they.
No, mine isn't that way. Mine is that somebody know me, and I believe the person is right, so I'll call you and ask. Because most times people are afraid to defend themselves. Because they think it's the media and
Right.
So mine is I'll ask you, then have the details. And then your insource, I'll take it and write your insource in my story.
Okay.
And point it out to you.
But you never trained as a journalist.
I never did.
So
It's still the style of writing. No, I was doing the newspaper. And Mfantsipim skills. I did the paper at the fast food.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
It's lightning.
So then tell me, so what was your first major event that you organized?
It's Ohenjan lectures. Ohenjan had died, and I taught for what he had done. on Chroma and all what he had done. He deserved that. So I wrote to the family at Nsawum, invited them over that I wanted to institute the Onjan Memorial Lectures. And they agreed. And the first person was Professor Mers.
Which year was this?
89. 89. So he did the paper.
How did you get to know him?
Internal revenue.
Yeah, but you didn't work at IRS, so.
When I was, I'll come to you to that point. When I was at Tech, I'm 100% Hasselhoek.
Oh, okay.
So when Hasselhoek come to Kumasi to play, they stay at Tech. Tech, the university.
Yeah, the university guest house.
And then the supporters has student supporters, led by me. We go fetch water and things for them, polo, mama, kwa, fetch water and things for them, whatever they need. And then we go to Kumasi Stadium with them for Hasselhoek.
Wow.
And that gives you stay to the VIP.
Okay.
So the services are worth it, yeah. So I met all of them, including Professor Mers, who also has person.
Yeah.
So then,
that's where you developed
so I knew him. Then eventually I knew everybody, and then
Okay.
They also had that confidence in me that I could organize their congresses. I remember one congress at the Kempa.
That's the Hearts of Folk Congress.
Hearts of Folk,
Okay.
yeah. Nana Rekwampem was the
Oyerman
was the chairperson. So we had 5 permanent directors, and I'd gotten 4, and I was left with 1. So I called Nana, who was also playing golf at Achimota from Gimpa too. Then he said, but you are organizing the Congress, so take the 5th directorship. And I said, no, I have the skill for organizing that. I've seen Dr. Mers here. I can't take the position over and above Dr. Mers. It don't make sense to me. So, then once you have said it, so that was when I met him. And then from there, Hearts of Oak, we always have Hearts of Oak discussions.
Oh, nice. So let me move quickly again to sports events.
So for the major one actually was 86 SCSA Zone 2 football championship.
CISA.
Yeah, CISA.
We used to call it CISA.
Yeah. That was the one Abedi Pili and Kaidi and all those had come. I organized that. Ben Kaidi. Yeah. I organized that.
Oh, okay.
Before they went to Libya to win the Cup of Nations. Then I organized 1999 African Youth Championship, ET Mensa time. I organized that. So at least I have a fair idea as to the next big sporting event.
That's 1999.
1999.
Okay. Now you're also involved in Pan-African Music Festival or something.
1990.
That was way before 1990.
Way
Tell us
before.
about that. You know what? I'm trying to connect the whole thing because you had your hands in so
All
many
kinds of
things
areas,
at the time.
yeah.
Because the name, the company name Rex Image, like every major activity, you had Rex Image behind it.
Because I generate the idea, sell it to you, and then take it to organize.
Oh, so you sell it and then you make small money.
At that time, money wasn't the issue, unfortunately.
So you're not making the money?
The money comes, but
okay, it comes.
If I focus on the money, I'll lose the talent I want to show.
But the money is focusing on you.
No, sincerely, it does. But then mine is the challenge of how I see it, and it's always on my eye, and the kind of things I want to do, and even merchandising. That was about the time I started merchandising. That's why merchandising was so successful in 2008. Because I didn't want to go around doing T-shirts and things.
Yeah, so after the CISA game, we're talking about
PAFAM.
PAFAM, yes.
Pan-African Fair for Arts and Music.
And how was that?
That, I thought the arts and music also should change. In fact, I was running the top hits in my paper every week. And one story is Talafata. He was in a restaurant and he was a very good friend. So
Where
every
was his
evening,
restaurant? In Osu?
yeah, Osu,
Okay.
Danquah Circle. At
Yeah.
that time, it was just a kiosk at Danquah Circle
one.
before, number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
That's
Before
the
the-
number one restaurant. Yeah.
No, before I attended the restaurant. It was just a small,
Yeah, the small place
kiosk,
there
yeah,
that he
small
used to be,
kiosk there.
yeah.
So when I closed, that's where I go to eat and things. Then he started talking to me about music and things. And I said, no, first of all. Then he launched his first song, Forgive and Forget.
Yeah.
And he featured at almost every show that I did.
Okay. So you're good friends with Talao?
Very good friends.
Wow.
I mean, we are family, not friends. Yeah.
But I just remember his meat pie at number one.
Yeah, that's every night. That's what I go to eat before I go home. But the Pan-African Fair was also to let people see how they can do the music or arts and music industry. Because again,
And you
it's the same
invited
rights
participants from
all over, and then AU itself.
Okay, and how was that?
Oh, it was very successful.
Good. But
Very.
you couldn't continue.
Politics, and as soon as politics come in, then I just move on. Not that I can't fight it.
You see Mfantsipim.
No, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. I had enough fights for positions of all kinds of things. And so I just leave it and then move on to the next.
So you did it once?
I did twice. In fact, they invited me even to AU and they were hosting something in Zimbabwe. And apparently they were waiting for me to organize it. So those days were Ethiopian Airlines. That goes everywhere, so it's like total. So I was with some professors and things, and they were all talking about this thing. When the plane landed, there was a car there, everybody thought that was them because they were professors. He said, no, there's somebody they were waiting for. Then I came and it was me, and they were so damn angry. Why? It should be you, some small boy, and then all of them. And apparently they were waiting for me to open the conference.
Wow.
As a person in charge. So when I got there, they came and they saw me. They said, oh, okay, now they understand. And that was the first conference that I was participating in. But they were getting it wrong. So when we finished and we were supposed to do the position paper, close to midnight, we haven't even written one vowel. So I told everybody that you go and sleep. I'll stay and write the position paper. Then we can have the closing ceremony. So I finished it. They came, so we didn't have the French because the time I finished was 5 a.m.
Wow.
So we went and then they read the English and I had the standing ovation. I guess that's the highest point of my life.
Wow.
Because
this was
he said,
in Zimbabwe?
yeah, Zimbabwe,
Okay.
and then 91.
Okay.
That's immediately after Perform.
Oh,
That's
nice.
that's the first time. So I have the book around. That's the first time they've had a position paper at a conference that has every angle, especially the business side of it. But I think it's a gift. So
So let me move again to your involvement in CAN 208 or AFCON 208 as we
Yeah.
call it now. How did you get into that?
I did a paper and talked to CAF that I wanted it. And then at that time, Egypt also wanted it. But I had friends at CAF. So I asked what I could do.
Yeah.
And they said I should come to Cairo and talk to Isahatu. So I went and talked to Isahatu. But before then, something happened at La Palm. When I started engaging them, most of the time, they would speak French. They would speak before they talk to me in English. They speak French and talk to me in English. So the second meeting, I took a bilingual person with him who speaks Fante. So everything that he'll be saying, he'll be telling me. Everything that he'll be saying, he'll be telling me. And we'll go. And then they had some conditions that we needed to meet. One had to do with the Banredu, who was then the Minister for Finance, and then Minister for Sports, Yasaf Mafo. So when I left there around midnight, I called Saf Mafo and said, this is what they want. But when they come, don't say anything. Let them speak before you say it. Then the same thing was to tell Banredu that they want to see the budget line if we have the money for AFCON. And we had, because I had already talked to him that that's what we were going to do, and it was there. As soon as we got to Saf Mafo's office, he didn't even allow the people to sit down. He started attacking them.
Attacking?
The people that, how can they decide that they won't give it to us because of that what? That the stadium, we are going to build new ones and things. And I was sad because that wasn't what I told you.
Wasn't the script, man.
The script, yeah. But Korean really was fine. He just brought the budget and then showed it. So we went to Egypt, and again I went with a guy who would translate the French for me. So we were standing in the corridor waiting to go into the meeting. Then this white guy, he wasn't in that meeting, came and stood by him and started speaking French. I won't say stupidly, but he replied, yes, aha, you were the person translating what we were discussing to Mr. Danquah. And I think that was a breach of something. I mean, I felt bad. You shouldn't have actually replied, but from there they thought I was a ruffian. So whatever you ask, they give. Whatever you ask, they give. And that's why I was able to conceptualize the money part. The major one was the trophy tour. Before 2008, nobody had done trophy tour. So it wasn't part of the marketing basket. You understand? And when I went to the CAF meeting and asked for the trophy, the general secretary said no. Then Issa said, all this while nobody has ever asked for the trophy. Nobody. This young guy comes and asking for the trophy and you don't want to give it to him. Give it to him. I didn't even know it was pure gold. So I came and kept it in my office. The day that everybody knew it was pure gold, National Security was there, seized the thing, they have to send it to Bank of Ghana. And once I had it, I sold the first trophy tour, $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
I sold it to a bank. And at that time, the bank was also going into Africa, opening new branches. So what I did was I give the trophy and bring in footballers who go with you. Then the country, they will bring their own footballers too. And it was such a successful thing. But it's the way I look at it. I look at it from purely for the point of how much can I make for Ghana, not for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there were too many things I did, especially even with the merchandising. Because I arrested the guy who tried it and then signed an agreement with the SEPs.
Yeah.
So every day I have the manifest of all ships coming to Ghana and whatever they carry. So if there's anything there, can 2008, we board your ship as soon as it lands.
So can 2008, yours was to organize it.
The concept and
organizing.
Yeah.
That's the event.
That is the event.
But you were not in charge of the schedules and
Everything.
everything.
Yeah, it's the whole tournament.
Wow. Hey. Then you did well.
Yeah, so it's the whole tournament. The same with the 2009 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations.
Which one?
2009.
Uh-huh.
I did Hockey Africa Cup of Nations.
Yes.
Yeah, at the Sutherland.
The park.
Yeah, the park.
What do you call it? Children's park.
Not Children's Park.
The
hockey
station.
Thermal station.
Yeah,
Thermal station.
station.
First water-based pitch and all.
Wow. And after that, have you done any more of such events?
After that, outside, I've done in Liberia, I've done in Sierra Leone. I've been going all over.
Wow.
The one that I really wanted to do was the Africa Games.
Which one? The recent
Yeah,
one?
the recent one.
Okay, we'll come to that. So we are talking to RexDanquah, Magnus RexDanquah, Rex Consult, Rex Image, all the events. We'll take a short break. This is Footprint, and we'll come back. We want to know how he is spending his life after all these major events that he has organized. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Footprint, and I have Magnus Nabi RexDanquah here. And Charlie, a lot of things the man has done. I just saw these two, are they magazines?
No, just profile.
Profiling. Oh, okay. Now, this is what, your profile?
No, I wanted to contest for Mfantsipim of Mfantsipim boys.
And you did this?
Yeah, I thought I should raise the bar of doing the
packaging
packaging.
Yourself.
Yeah.
So this is about you and what?
No, how I want to see the school change.
Oh, okay. How you want to see Mfantsipim change. But that one, you have to be a Minister of Education.
Oh, no. Over the years, the kind of things I've done for the school, it gives me a certain leverage that a lot of people do not have. It makes it easy.
Okay, so this is like your manifesto.
Sort of.
Well, actually, you've written campaign manifesto on it.
That's why I said the rebate of the school.
You are MOBA 72.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
from 5.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me, what happened? You didn't become the Mfantsipim?
No, finally.
But did you contest?
I didn't get there. The people to endorse you, you needed year groups in a certain permutation. And I lost out on one, so I didn't.
The younger ones, eh? But the older ones definitely will know you.
But again, for some reason, I just thought that, no, just let it lie there.
And then you have this profile of Professor John Evans Fifi Atamils. He was your man.
He was both has a book and sports.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then he chaired the sports council at a certain moment. Not when I was there.
Yeah.
He chaired it, but then Hazebook, because I was also involved in Hazebook.
So why did you write this one?
It's the way the man is. You understand? And I've looked at him from all kinds of angles. Personal interaction within Hazebook, where he stands. I remember, when people want to attack you, they go and search for your records at Internal Revenue first. And then report you to Internal Revenue. And when I started all these things, there were all kinds of people that know you're making money, you're not paying taxes. But the first advice he told me, even if you don't have the money, you file and owe. It's better than you don't file at all, then you frame the law. So when people go, they bounce because I already filed. And then I take time. And then from there, became like a father figure. So, and so looking at him after his death.
But you didn't follow him into politics?
I can't go into politics.
Ah.
It's the heart.
You don't like the politics?
It's not.
Or you are afraid?
Afraid, not in the way you see the afraid. For a very open person.
Yeah.
The dangers there is not for open people.
But Professor Mills went.
He suffered for that. Because you can't even put your water down, glass, and look somewhere.
I'm not enter into that space.
So anytime you are at public
somebody
function,
will change the color of the water.
At any public function, I put my hand on top of my glass. Even when I'm not. If you see my glass, it means I'm going.
Wow.
Because if you don't, then you really don't want your life.
Is that bad? Is that
very
bad?
And it's not now. Now you've heard some. It's not now. It's been always like that.
Wow.
So to protect your life, you don't get involved.
Okay. So tell me, now after all these things, you are
69.
You are 69 now.
69, a few months to 70 years.
Wow. reflections.
Each year I write an article. Sometimes it's a verse from the Bible or something else. Each year I write and I decorate it.
Oh, you're a Christian?
Yeah, Christian.
Practicing Christian.
Yeah. And sometimes...
From 2nd D, you must be a Methodist.
Methodist.
But
I cross over to... You
can't
go to Mfantsipim without singing the hymn.
Which is let me know your favorite hymn.
Oh, it's Mfantsipim. For all the saints. The Mfantsipim is fundamental.
Which is, you can sing
for all the saints. I miss
from a Kwaboche boy, you have to sing that.
Oh, I miss the lines. For all the saints who from their labors rest. Who...
Okay. Yeah. But do you remember the Mfantsipim anthem? The school anthem?
Yeah.
You can sing it?
Oh, all of them. It's sometimes you have to be in a certain mood to sing
do the
well.
Thing.
Yeah, to sing well.
I should have put more powder on my face.
No, but sincerely, Mfantsipim has made me who I am.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That one, not tech, not anywhere else. For the kind of people I met, and then how they relate.
It's one thing that the current structure of secondary education
is not offering.
So I like what I heard Dr. Duchum say, that they want to now merge the JHS with the SHS to give it a wider space of experience in secondary education. I mean, if they're able to do that, it may restore to a large extent. Because spending just 3 years in the school
you don't learn anything.
I mean, versus the 7 years that you spent in Kwaboche. So it's become part of you, no matter where you
go. No matter.
It's still Kwaboche.
No matter.
You know.
No matter. And I always will tell you, I'm a litigant straight away because of what you learn at the school. You can't give your space up to anybody, no matter what.
Oh, okay. So you've been to court a few times?
Oh, not litigant like going to court.
Because the people listening there, they don't take it like that.
No, it's English language.
Yeah.
The litigant is that right is right, wrong is wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
And sometimes I fight with people who I don't even know. If I see that you are being wronged and you have no way of defending yourself, I don't need to know you. I take the fight personal and fight for you.
So you started the social media before social media was started. Or there are people there just fighting.
No, but because the way the nation is and the people are, I mean, you need somebody to watch your back. And the person who can best watch your back is, you see things, you just record them in your head. And the best fight really is not between two people. It's between a person and a government or somebody who thinks he's beyond anybody.
Yeah.
That's the one I like fighting, because then
you will punch the person. The person will yes.
And no, you it's like a garden fowls. You create here, and then go and wait there, knowing that the person will come and beat you there.
Okay, Uncle Magnus, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the things you've done, contributed, crafted, created in the sports industry. I dare to call it an industry, but say,
you'll get there.
The arts and music sector, which still is moving at a very, very fast rate now because of technology. You know, and I think that you've made your mark.
No, I started with cassettes. You remember cassettes?
Yeah.
So every time they put it on cassette, it took us a long time to go away from cassettes.
Yeah, it took us a long time.
A long time to go away from cassettes.
Yeah, I remember the TDK cassettes.
TDK.
And then the metallic or what they call it, and then you go and do the cassette, do the recording
and come,
and you keep it like your Bible.
And a few people will buy the rights and produce the cassettes, Danfo Domino, then the Peace FM Guide, all of them.
Yeah, Danfo Domino.
Yeah.
It was very popular back
very
in
popular.
the day.
You buy the rights from the musician,
and then replicate
them and sell.
And then sell on the streets.
Yeah, sell on the streets, especially old post office.
Yeah, the Watto Junction.
Watto Junction, then
Watto Junction.
Circle.
Yeah, Ghana pa. We dey tire. Oh. Anyway, Uncle Magnus, thank you so much for your time.
Oh,
People, this is
pleasure.
where we bring the curtains down. We've been talking to Magnus RexDanquah of Rex Consult or Rex Image company back in the day. He's been involved in so many things, and we had to catch up with him for Footprints. My name is Samuel Atamens, and thanks for joining us. Catch you.